Beep, 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 beep. There it is. Okay, okay, there we go. All righty, those of you at home, here's our warm-up. Simplify the following power expression. See what you can do with that. I want you to think of this as like 3 separate problems. We're going to take this through our level 3.5 treatment and then a level 4 treatment. Pause the video because we're ready to go, and here we are. All right, let's see here. Got to clip that thing out. All right, grab this. Matter eater lad, eating a gun underwater. Confused. There we go, and okay, here we go. So I think of this as 3 separate problems, okay? I see a division problem happening in, I'm actually going to up that to like 0.1, maybe 0.1. Really? 0.2? Yeah, I see a division problem happening, which I'm going to highlight in green. I see a multiplication problem happening. That's not helping. There we go, in gray, I guess. As we all know, when you mix green and pink, you get gray. And then this power problem that I see in orange. So which of these do you want to do first? The secret is you can pick whichever one you want. I think there's some ways that are easier than others. Josh, what do you think makes the most sense to tackle first? The green, the gray, or the orange? I think the gray makes the most sense, right? Because I don't want to have to do this 20 divided by multiple things. Let's just turn that into one thing. So what am I going to do? I'm going to pretend the rest of this doesn't exist. How am I going to do this gray part here, Josh? And that's negative 12. Yeah, oh, the exponents, yeah. The 4 and the negative 7, that's a to the negative third. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. Negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3. How many of us see how we got just this stuff in blue? How many of us are just fine getting that stuff in blue? Because the stuff in blue, that's a level 3 question. If you ignore the rest of this, it's a level 3 question. But we can't ignore it forever. So I'm going to write it up now. 20a, b to the third, c to the negative ninth. And that's all supposed to be raised to the negative third. So I still have the green part that I have to deal with, this division. And I still have this orange part, the exponent. Let's see, Reese, what makes the most sense to you to go from here? Do you want to deal with the exponent or do you want to deal with the division? Do you want to do the green problem or the orange one? Let's do the green one, because last time we did the orange one, and how many of us can see that if we did the orange one next, that would be kind of a nightmare? Like, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We could do it, but sure, I wouldn't like to do it. So let's see here. What color is going to work? Is that going to work? Yeah. Reese, what am I going to do with those two numbers, the 20 and the negative 12? Ah, I'm glad we're talking. So remember, there's a fraction bar here. And Reese, what does a fraction bar secretly mean? Yeah, so we're going to do 20 over negative 12. And I'm going to put it in my calculator as a fraction. So it's negative 5/3. What am I going to do with this secret 1 and this negative 3, Reese? Not multiply? What? So that's okay. That's okay, Reese. It's been a weekend. I get it. It's totally fine. So, Reese, did you see how when Josh did this gray part, when we multiplied powers with the same base, we added their exponents? Now we're doing the opposite. So if we multiply powers of the same base, we add their exponents. So the opposite of multiplication is division, and the opposite of addition is what? So we're going to subtract. We're going to do 1 minus negative 3. And again, there is no shame in just jamming that in your calculator and being like, 4? Okay. A to the fourth. And then 3 minus negative 1. I don't know, man. 3 minus negative 1, 4. And then negative 9 minus negative 3 is negative 6. C to the negative 6. And now we're raising all of that. That is a weird looking 3. All of that to the power of negative 3. Whew. We're almost done there, but now we're back to a level 2. This is a really nasty level 2. Or sorry, level 3. I wouldn't like, you're probably not going to get a level 3 that's quite like this on the skill check. But that is something that we could do as a level 3. Let's see here. How about we get there? Oh, nobody's sitting there. I'm drawing all of the empty seats. Oliver. Oliver, what am I going to do with all these exponents? I've got all these exponents in blue. There's a secret one here to the power of 1. And this exponent in orange. What am I going to do with those, Oliver? Exactly. So this is 1 times negative 3. And the nice thing is in your calculator, we discovered you could do negative 5/3 and then just be like to the power of negative 3. And it says negative 27 125ths. And you're like, looks good to me. Oh, I was supposed to put that in parentheses. Let me make sure that still works. Negative 5/3 to the power of negative 3. Negative 27 125ths. Gross, but there it is. And then 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. 4 times negative 3 is still negative 12. And negative 6 times negative 3 is positive 18. And now you're done. That's it. To get a 3.5, you're all finished. How many of us, by raising hand, found that obnoxious, but knowing that you can get a 3 without being able to do that completely, are feeling just fine? And the thing is, guys, if you do this and you just get the C's right, you're still going to get partial credit. You're still going to get partial credit for getting the exponent for the C right or the coefficient right. Or heck, if you just forget that there's, like, if you look at this problem and they're like, forget the coefficients, I'm not even going to deal with them, are you still going to get most of the points for this problem? Yeah, because you filled in 3/4 of the blanks. So even if you miss that, skill checks tomorrow. Skill checks tomorrow. Okay. Let's turn this into a level 4. A level 4 says we're going to rewrite this with no negative exponents, which means I'm going to take a fraction. If it has a negative exponent, do you guys remember? If it has a negative exponent, do I tuck it up or tuck it down? Everyone, I tuck it down. I tuck it down. And when you do that, you get rid of the negative exponent, because that's the whole point of the level 4, is to write this without negative exponents. So should a to the 12th go upstairs or downstairs? Everyone, it should go downstairs. Should b to the 12th go upstairs or downstairs? It should go downstairs. Should c to the 18th go upstairs or downstairs? It goes upstairs because it's positive. And then these two numbers, they just stay where they are. If I see that on your scratch paper, you're going to get a 4. But if I don't, you're still going to get a 3.5. And if you completely blow this problem, you're still going to get a 3. How many of us are feeling pretty comfortable knowing that? I hope most of us. Let's do it, guys. It's the 115th day of school. You know, dialing 115 in Germany will connect you to any government office you might need. So, for example, if you dial 115, they'd be like, yeah, 115. And you'd be like, I would like to talk to the food inspector, please. They'd be like, please hold. And then they would just connect you there. Or if you want to call the mayor's office, or if you want to call, I don't know, the Department of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms for some reason, you're just like, excuse me, am I allowed to own 5 grenades? And they're like, you're not allowed to own 1 grenade. And you're like, uh-oh. Then you can do that. How many of us wish we had that in the United States? I know, just call a government agency. I just want to know. It's National Tortilla Chip Day. Best brand of tortilla chips. What do you guys got? What's the best brand of tortilla chips? No? Nobody has an opinion? Molly? Oh, is that like the Don Julio with the lightly seasoned? I do like the lightly seasoned Don Julios. Yeah, go ahead, Brunson. What does the bag look like? Oh, yeah. The Tostito scoops where they look like mini, like the world's tiniest taco salad shell. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, those are good. I like those. Those are good for salsa and guacamole. Yeah. Which ones? Oh, any of the ones I thought you said the fruit ones, and I was like, what? Like orange flavored tortilla chips? I don't know about that. All right, let's see here, guys. What is our first essential question, and I would love to get that from Miss Rachel. How can we prepare for the Power Rules skill check tomorrow? Go ahead and write that down for me. Our Jeopardy is they're right on the money. I'm going to give you a bill or a coin, and you're going to tell me whose face is on it. $100. Does anyone know who's on the $100 bill? Molly? That is Benjamin Franklin. Yep. Yep, absolutely. I'm afraid not. And sea creatures, that is indeed a shark. It's kind of a janky looking shark, though, honestly. That is not the best looking shark. That thing is not frightening. Okay, put your pencils down for a second. I'm just going to talk. Guys, our level 1 is you're able to multiply, divide, and raise to a power single variable power expressions. For example, a to the third to the negative 7th. When we do that, guys, it would be a to the power of negative 21. That's a level 1. Okay? As the cutest I'm going to get with that is like x times x to the 5th times x to the negative 9th, where you have to remember there's a secret 1, and 1 plus 5 is 6 plus negative 9 is negative 3. How many of us feel like we can manage something like that? You guys can do that part? Great, those are your level 1s. Level 2s are just multivariable, so it'd be like a, b to the 5th, c to the negative 9th over a to the 4th, b to the negative 2, c to the negative 1. Where you do 1 minus 4 is negative 3, 5 minus negative 2 is 7, and negative 9 minus negative 1 is negative 8. How many of us feel like we can manage those level 2s? That's all those guys are. That's all those guys are. Level 3 is this stuff, but with coefficients. So, for example, if you had a negative 3 t to the negative 4th, uv to the 7th, all to the negative 4, you would need to do negative 3 to the negative 4, 181, 1 over 81. And then negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. U to the 1 to the times negative 4 is negative 4, and then v to the negative 28. How many of us feel like we can handle those? Great, that's your level 3s. Level 3.5 is just like our warm-up, and a level 4 is being able to write these without any negative exponents. Like x to the negative 3 would be 1 over x to the 3rd. This would be b to the 7th over a to the 3rd, c to the 8th. This guy would be t to the 16th over u to the 4th, v to the 28th, with an 81 on the bottom. That's how you get the level 4s. How many of us, after seeing the level 4s given to us that way, are actually suddenly feeling a little bit better about those too? Yeah, they're not necessarily going to be super complicated and like twisted and tangled. Yes, go ahead, Cora.
If it's a negative, you put it below, but do you add the negative when it's below, or do
You get rid of it. The whole point of doing that, Cora, that's a great question. The whole point of tucking those negative exponents into the denominator is so that I can write them without their negative exponents. That's how you take care of that. But you have to watch out. Negative numbers are a little bit different. Like the negative 27 is still on top because it doesn't have a negative exponent. Still has a secret exponent of 1, okay? Yeah, Gavin. Anything with negative exponents. So like if your answer is a to the 15th, you don't have to do anything, right? But if your answer is like a to the 15th, b to the negative 1, I want to see a to the 15th over b to the 1. However, guys, remember if there's a 1, we got to make it a secret, okay? That's what I would want to see. But if you write this, and that was the only mistake you make on those level 4s, you'd still get like a 3.9. Okay, perfect. When I say teach, I want you to say okay. I want you to open up your Chromebooks, and I believe it's, I really need to update Mr. Maury. I think I'm going to do that right now. It's 12 point, right? No. 11.4, I think. 11.4? I'm not sure. I've left my time cards at home, so I'll have to double check it. But it's your new self-assessment, which is the Power Rules, putting it together. See what you guys can do. Log